Good morning, Dreamweavers. Welcome to the channel. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. This morning I want to talk to you about, what do I want to talk to you about, Dreamweavers? I'm having my morning coffee. I was getting my morning coffee ready. And I was getting my morning coffee ready. And I got to thinking about, the last couple days I've been really feeling down, right? And so I'm getting this energy of this, like the holiday blues is going around. And I got to thinking about something, like, why do we get the holiday blues, right? Sometimes it's because we miss family. Sometimes there are things that happen when we were younger that we don't even realize. And I talk about journaling a lot. And if you want, I have a free journal with prompts. You can download it. Just sign up for my newsletter in the description box, and you can download it for free. And it will prompt you. Those prompts will help you, with determining what your life purpose is. And, it may bring up some other things that you just need to release, right? And so this holiday season, I've decorated. My kids are older. I was decorating, and then at the end of decorating and looking at all the lights, I'm like, I'm so sad. And I'm like, why am I so sad? I should be I should be happy right now. Like, it's good. Life is good. It's almost Christmas. I don't really care for a lot of gift exchange around Christmas, but you know what? I do like the holiday spirit. And so what I came to realize this morning for the first time, and I always tell you guys my age just because I'm 54. And I always tell my age not because I think it's anything special or that you need to know. It's so that you can see, I can show you that healing can happen at any stage of life. And I'm 54, right? And healing is a never ending thing. Looking at yourself in the mirror, looking at your shadows, that doesn't stop. And so I was sitting with my husband, and we are, we're chatting, and I told him, I said, I feel almost bored. But we've done, there's so much that we've done. We've gotten to a place where we're okay. We're good. We're doing okay. And I'm like, I shouldn't be bored. I should be excited. I should be, I should be happy. And then this morning, as I'm, my time to meditate is usually when I'm getting my coffee. I'm cleaning out the kitchen. I have some alone time, and this is, I don't typically sit to meditate, although I have, but my meditation usually occurs in the morning when I'm alone, when I have time to think by myself with no one else talking to me. And so I'm sitting there this morning thinking about, yeah, I'm bored, but I shouldn't be. I should be okay. And it's okay to sit in your feelings, by the way. I want to let you know that it's okay to sit in your feelings. Whatever your feelings are, you don't want to push them away, because when you push them away, then you don't deal with them. When you let them come up and you look at them, almost like you're looking at a third party, at somebody else's feelings, but you just kind of sit. I just kind of sat there this morning as I was making my coffee, looking at them, saying hey, what is going on? And what came up is something that I had forgotten. So when I was 10, I think I was 10 or 11. My life changed. And it changed around the holidays. It happened to change around the holidays, and it changed drastically. So my parents, I guess, had decided that they were looking at separating. So for Christmas that year, they sent my brother and I to my aunt's house. And I'm trying to think really if it was just my brother and and if my sister wasn't there. And it's so strange that I can't remember whether or not my sister was there, because my sister is 7 years younger than me. So at that point, she would have had to be, if I was 10, right? And she's 7 years younger than me. So she would have had to be 3 or 4. And for some reason, I remember my brother being there, but I don't remember my sister being there. Okay. Anyway, I digress. It goes to show like how your mind blocks out things when you sense that it's something traumatic. So we spent to my aunt's house, who lived quite a distance away, and she lived in the country. And so that was a shock also, because we lived in the city, she lived in the country. So getting to her house, like usually around the holidays, we would, sometimes go out, like be outside with our friends, like whatever, from our neighborhood. But that could not happen because we were sent to my aunt's house. But we didn't know why. And they were like, "You're going for Christmas." And we were like, "But we don't want to go away for Christmas. We want to spend Christmas at home with you. Like, how about our gifts and stuff?" And not even that. I mean, as kids, like, you want gifts, right? And so that year, we realized, like, the tree didn't go up at our house. The decorations didn't go up. But we went to my aunt's house. So we were like, okay, well, maybe when we come back. So when it was time, we spent we couldn't wait to, I don't know about I could not wait to get back home. My aunt was lovely. But you could tell, like, she was busy. Like, they owned a farm, and we were on farmland, and I didn't grow up on a farm, but, it was a nice change, and she was, kind enough and nice enough. So I can't complain about that part. There's nothing to complain about there, except that we were not home. And so when Christmas came around over there at their house, it wasn't like it was Christmas, but it wasn't Christmas. Like, it wasn't like we had been used to. Because at our house, for Christmas, there were occasions where the whole family would come. And even though we didn't get a lot of gifts, it wasn't a lot about a lot of gifts, but there was food, there were people, around the holidays that would come over. And so you would hear a lot of discussion. So I'm sorry if this is taking me a minute to come out, because I'm really emotional this morning about this, because I did not, I didn't even realize how bothered I was. And before I get into the rest of my story, I just want you all to know that I'm sure, I think there may be a lot of you out there also kind of going through the same things, where you didn't have Christmas at home. Your Christmas got disrupted. Family dynamics changed, or maybe they just were never good, right? And so we have some traumas around that. And then when the holidays come around, even though we get older and we've managed to do some things for ourselves, or maybe we have kids now and we try to do the best we can, you try to do the best that you can for them, you still, for some reason, you have trouble feeling happy around this time. So anyway, let me finish my story really quick. So get back home and realize that somehow I get told, not by my mom, because my mom was not there, and I kept asking, like, where is she? Like, oh, she went away, she went to see her dad. Like, okay. And we had been used to that, but it was like, that was strange. Like, we got sent away, came back, and she wasn't there. And come to find out, my dad pulled me in the room and goes, hey, your mom is leaving me. And I'm 10. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, we're breaking up. And so, I don't know. It was just weird. And he was crying. And here's the thing, like, I'm the kid, like, at this point, I need consolation, right? So there's none for me. It's the holidays. It's, and it's a lot. It's like, it's that whole concept that they talk about where you are parenting yourself, like as a child, like you are parenting, like you're parenting your siblings, you're parenting your parents, you're parenting your, trying to figure out how to parent yourself because, they can't cope. You can't cope, and you block it out, and you take this on as normal. So I did probably take it on as normal. I don't know. I was 10, right? Like, and so life goes on. But what I realized is as I got into my 20s, right? Because a lot happened between that and me being 20. And I'm not going to go to that whole story, but there was a lot that happened. And so Christmas was just never the same. So the holidays for me are not have not been an enjoyable time, although I've done my best to make it enjoyable for myself. And because I have kids, now they're older, but I tried to make it also enjoyable for them and not just be about gifts, but just make it enjoyable for them, so that make it memorable. And who knows? Maybe I screwed it up too. I don't know. I guess I'll have to ask them now to see how they feel. But um, my kids seem to really love the holidays, and where I'm kind of a bah humbug around the holidays, even though I will put up the front for them because I want them to be happy, or I want the people around me to be happy. But I don't really care about gift exchange. I don't really care about for the longest time it didn't even matter. I had a period of time where it didn't even matter if I put up decorations, but then I decided, as the kids were gone, that yeah, you know what, I wanted to partake in that because I did want to get some semblance of feeling good. But there's always that lurking feeling on the inside that something's not right. And so today I'm releasing that. Like, I'm releasing that, and realizing that, I'm older now. I get to decide. I get to decide how this goes, how the holidays go. And you get to decide how the holidays go for you. No matter what has happened in your past, you get to decide how the holidays go. It's, I know it can be tough, right? Like, maybe you have parents that are not here anymore, or you have parents that you don't mess with, that you don't that you don't f's with, that you have family that you don't f with, because from the when there's been a lot of trauma in your life from the time you were little, as you get older, you start to set boundaries, right? That's part of why you're here. Learning to set boundaries, and you set more a little bit. It doesn't happen all at once, but as you set boundaries, some people fall away from your life. And so when you think about, oh wow, like that year way back when we celebrated, and all these you look and you think, like, all these people were there, and everything kind of for that shot in the moment, right? For that holiday, it seemed like everything was okay, even though there might have been arguments or whatever. But that, as an adult, remembering what it was like to be a kid, like that's the snapshot you have in your mind of when things were okay. Even if they weren't, they might have sucked, but you just didn't know it. You weren't aware, right? You were just being a kid. And it's, I just want you to know that this holiday season, right, as we go into Christmas, as we go into, the new moon, full moon, and the new year, this is the year that you change that for yourself. Whether you move, whether you create some type of new holiday tradition for yourself, do that. Do that for yourself. Write down what has hurt you, put it in a burning bowl and release it. Maybe if you don't want to, maybe get on a video, turn on your camera, videotape yourself, right? And then delete it. I like the burning bowl because, when you, I look at fire as kind of a way to cleanse things away. So, I like that idea. But you can always videotape yourself, with what it is that you remember and why it is that you're feeling the way that you're feeling about the holidays, and then light a candle and release it to the universe, delete it. Because it's time, Pisces. It's time that you it's time that you find joy, right? And I know that many of you right now are out there finding, stepping into your power, stepping into your abundance, getting ready to shine, right? And so it's so important to heal these things because so many people shine, right? You see so many actors, let's say, right? Famous people that have shined, and you're like, oh my gosh, your light seems so bright. And they were so unhappy, right? Because maybe they never dealt with those traumas. They never healed those traumas. So that's why it's so important for us to do that healing work. It's so important for us not to suppress the feelings when they come up. It's so important for us to just sit with it and acknowledge it, almost like you're parenting yourself, right? Because that's how I felt this morning. I felt like, oh wow, like I just need to parent myself and tell myself it's okay. Because what if my kids came to me and said, hey mom, I'm depressed about this, that, and the other that happened, I would tell them it's okay. So the same way I could tell someone else or tell my kids that it's okay, I could tell myself also that it's okay. You can tell yourself that it's okay and release it, that situation, the way things were, is not the way they are now, and it's not the way that they have to be in the future. It's so important, Pisces, as you're stepping into your abundance, you're stepping into your stardom, you're stepping into your power and your light, your life's purpose. Because it's always easy. It's easy for you to help others, right? But you've already done a lot of healing. But now it's going to be those little things that have caused you, maybe you've dealt with a lot of the big things, but it's going to be those little things that were actually, that you suppressed, that have made a big difference in your life, in the way you see the world, that are going to be coming up now. Like things like this, That's why I felt called to come talk to you. Like something as small as I got sent away on a Christmas, you know, at 10 years ago. That's freaking 44 years ago, right? And I've celebrated many Christmases. I've gone through many Christmases, well, 44 Christmases since then, or getting ready to go through the 44th one since that time. And not understanding why I'm always so depressed at this time of year. And so, but the difference was, the reason why maybe I could look at it this time, and the reason why you'll be able to look at it a little bit differently this time, is because you've made such progress and you know that you're happier. So what it is it's going to be incongruent. It will not make sense why. It will not make sense to you why you're feeling this way at this time. So if you notice that there's like you're feeling some type of way but everything is good, sit with that. Think about it, meditate, write, journal, turn on your camera, talk about it. You're going to feel so much better afterwards. And you'll find that there's a whole slew of reasons. And I know I'm talking a lot. And I really hope that this helps someone. Like I said, I created a free journal. It's completely free. No strings attached. It's got, it's with journal prompts. And I also have a newsletter that I want to send out weekly to you to help you with different things. So if there's anything that you'd like help with, that you'd like to see in a newsletter, please drop me a comment down in the description below. I would love to add it to the newsletter. This is going to be your newsletter. This is going to be a newsletter for Pisces. It's not my newsletter. It's for you, to help you on your healing journey. And but yeah, if you have anything, anything comes up where you're feeling incongruent, because right now, also Pisces, right now your emotions, not emotions, your intuition is high. Your third eye is open. So not only are you able to see what's happening with others, but you see yourself. That's really important to understand. You're not just seeing other people, you see yourself now. You see you're gonna get these downloads of things. Maybe some things that are bothering you, some things that are hidden in the shadow that are keeping you from moving forward. Right? And that's a beautiful thing. It might not be all rainbows and sunshine, because nothing about healing is all rainbows and sunshine. Healing brings up a lot of trauma for people. Healing brings up a lot of things that were but are no longer. But healing also gives you the opportunity to let go and move forward. I really hope this message found you well. I know I rambled a little bit at the beginning, but it's only because just even talking about this, like I am in tears right now, like even talking about this, because it's the first, and it's literally the first time I've acknowledged that this was the issue. I always just thought, well, I'm just depressed. Bah humbug. I don't like the holidays, right? And that's what I told myself. And so then I didn't have to look at why I don't like the holidays. But looking at the why you do things the way that you do is how you heal. That's you being honest with yourself. And then you don't have to hold on to it anymore. You could just be, oh, like that's what's up. And then let it go. You know, release it. Let the universe handle that for you. So you can move forward because you're already on a beautiful path. 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's time to release those burdens, Pisces. The ones that you see and the ones that you're getting ready to see. You're getting ready. That's why you're getting ready to see, because you're ready now, because you've done so much healing already. Spirit's getting ready to show you some of these burdens that you've been holding on to that have maybe caused a little bit of self-sabotage. And it's just time to release them. It's time to let go. Because you're not taking, you don't want to take any of this with you on your new journey. The new journey that you have coming up is beautiful. Let me go take a look. Give me 1 minute, Pisces. It is freezing in here. Oh, I had to turn the air down. I'm sorry. I'm in somewhere where it's hot, where it's not hot right now. I live in Florida, and it's hot here. Okay, it's normally hot here. Oh, yeah, it's time to release the burdens, you know, because Spirit's getting ready to show you where maybe you weren't even, you had so much healing that you had to do, that these are things that it would have been too overwhelming to look at all of this together. But I think the holidays will be a good time, because the holidays are where a lot of I think the holidays are where a lot of family drama and trauma comes up, because I think the holidays are a time where people go around and they just try to make believe everything's okay, right? And they pretend, even though they don't get along with their family members. You go and you just try to, you go to that family function or that family Christmas dinner, right, where everybody's being super nasty to each other or not being so nice to each other, either way. And exactly, people are not being nice to each other, and then we pretend like it's okay, right? Or we do this, like we're like, oh, we can't believe that happened, but then we can't figure out how to turn around and just keep going, because they tell us that no, you have to keep, that's family, you can't leave. You know, they're dropping your cups, they're throwing stones and hiding their hands, and you know, all this family drama that happens sometimes around the holidays. And I know that's not everybody out there, but like for those of you out there, I'm talking to you, that this is happening to. It's time to turn around and pick up the cups that you have and move forward. There's something great waiting for you after you pick up those 2 cups and keep it moving. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there and fester in the discontent that family sometimes creates, especially around the holidays. You see, I meant to pull it out. I didn't even pull it out. Like, I put it back away. It's like, yeah, pick up those cups and get moving. Three of Wands. Yes. Look, yeah, it's time. Pull the swords out. Let it go. Three of Wands traveled. Rest. Just let it go. You have places to go. You have beautiful places to go. Places, things to see. Beautiful things to do. Your journey I heard that. Your journey starts now. Rest when you need to. This is rest and release. Rest and release. Rest and release and keep going. You know, many of us out there, you know, the media sells you this dream of what the holidays are supposed to be like, and then we try to recreate that in our homes, and we try to recreate that in our surrounding, but sometimes that's not what it is, and so you can't make something be what it's not. And sometimes it's okay to create your own traditions. The Hierophant. Sometimes it's okay to create your own traditions. It's time. And as you create your own traditions and you release, you're going to feel a lot better. The holidays, certain things will come up and you're going to feel a lot better. And you know, we can release people with love. We can release situations with love. This is how you were feeling. People throwing their hands, throwing the swords, hiding their hands. And, you know, I just, that Ten of Swords has been coming out a lot in reverse for you because it's time to release. Let them go. You're no longer letting people, it's time for you to get on your journey. You're no longer letting people just come in and it's not even people though. Like, you're not letting these things, these past events keep you in the Ten of Swords. Hang up the swords. It's time to go. It's really time to go. Strength. You're being given the strength to do this. I'm telling you. You've done. What did I say? I said you did the work. You're being. You're being. You're given. You're being. I can't even talk. You're being given the strength to create your own traditions. You're being given the strength to see things for what they were and for what they are. Because see, in that situation I told you, maybe my parents could not do any better. That's what they knew how to do. We don't come with a manual. They didn't know how this was going to affect me, right? They just knew maybe they didn't want to be together anymore. Whatever, you know what? They didn't have the money to do the Christmas because they were splitting up or whatever it was. And so they just did the best they could. And so when you look at it from that perspective, that people do the best they could, the best they can, then you can move on and create your own traditions, and you don't have to be sad anymore. There are infinite possibilities for you of how you can create traditions, and people don't have to agree with you, right? But what matters is that you're releasing the swords, and so the pain is gone. The drama's gone. People can't bring you drama anymore. Page of Swords. Exactly. You have a gift of clarity coming in. There's a sense of newness in your life. There's a sense of, there's a sense of you, that releasing, letting, like being able to say what you feel. And you being okay with that. King of Cups, that's you. And this clarity, this all brings you balance. This all brings you not just any kind of balance, it brings you emotional balance. Where you can make clear decisions. And you're making those clear decisions. Yes, you have heart, with your heart, but not just with your heart, with your mind. You have clarity about what you want, what you need, how to move. What else does Pisces need to know? Look, the Five of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles. It's okay to turn around and move slow. It's okay. Maybe you feel like, maybe that's what you feel. You feel like everything's not moving fast enough. And so you keep getting caught up in looking at what was behind, what's behind you. But you need to turn around and get, because you have the clarity, you have the strength to get on that journey. To leave those things behind, to leave those heartache behind. Those cups are spilled, right? We're not gonna, these are not cups that can be recouped. These are not things that can be fixed. What is. What happened. It's where you are now that matters. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And the Ace of Swords. That's the truth. That's the truth. Look. That's you stepping into this clarity that you have every time. That's what I just said. Every time you allow yourself to step into a little bit more of the truth of what was and what is, the more confident you become, and the more clarity you gain. The more your intuition opens up, and the more your cup runneth over. The more clarity that you get, the more it's like you take this step, you take one step forward, right? You look at you stop, you look, you get sad, you look at why you're sad, you figure it out, you talk it, hash it out, release it out, and then you find yourself, okay, you're moving forward a little bit at a time. But actually, I feel like you're moving quicker than you think. You just need to stop looking at those cups that are spilled. Just use your emotional balance and the clarity. Be open to the messages that you're receiving. Be open to the messages that you're receiving. Ten of Wands. Again, releasing the burdens. Yep, releasing the burdens. You've been carrying burdens that are not yours to carry. Things that other people did. Remember I talked about parenting yourself at the beginning? It's like you picked up all these burdens and all these things, and it wasn't for you to carry, and now it's time for you to lay it down so that you can carry yourself. You can let spirit carry you to where you're supposed to be going, because we all have a path in this life. But if you keep carrying everyone else's burdens and you don't let them carry them, and you don't let them deal with the repercussions of what they've done, when will you move on? Ever? You know, when will you move on? Too many. I just saw the Hermit, and it made me think, what came to mind when I saw the Hermit at the bottom of the deck is that somebody's bringing you something. The sun. Somebody's bringing you something. Somebody's bringing you the sun. What they're bringing, what's coming in for you is bringing in the sun. It's bringing you that childlike energy. It's healing. It's healing your inner child. See that? See that little kid on the horse, on the pony? This is healing your inner child. I mean, with the sun there, it's like your inner child is healed. As you do this, your inner child is healed. The world in reverse at the bottom of the deck. I think that you're leaving that world behind. You're leaving that part of your life that has already happened, that last chapter of your life, you're just leaving it behind. Whoa. The Empress and Judgment. Exactly. You're getting what's rightfully yours. You're getting what's rightfully yours. This was always you, Pisces. This was always you, but you didn't know. You didn't know, or you didn't feel it, but now you're feeling it. And you're ready to birth something new. Maybe there's a child that you always wanted that you're going to get. Maybe, for some of you. It's your turn to give life to something and nurture and care for the way that maybe you would have liked to be cared for. But first before you could get here, you had to give it to yourself. And now that you've given that to yourself, you're ready to birth and give it to something else, someone else, some project, some birth a child. I see a child here, right? And she's pregnant. So, you know, this was always for you. Whatever's coming in now, it's divinely guided. Like this is the end of an era. Remember I said like something is ending so you can get on your new beginning. Start your... You're laying down the wands. You can move on your journey now. You have messages coming in. I don't know. And those messages might come from people. Be on the lookout. Things that are meant to move you forward, because it's judgment. It's like this is who you should have been all along, and you weren't. Like you were so unhappy, but see how happy he is? Carefree. Two of Swords in reverse. Yep. You can see clearly now. The rain is... That's what I heard. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. You can see clearly. You can see collaborations clearly. There's a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, a Knight of Swords in reverse. You have people in your life. You're just releasing them. You've had greedy, unthoughtful people in your life, Pisces. But now it's done. The hard work is over. That keeps coming out for you too in reverse. You've had people in your life that have been takers. Self-centered. Just greedy. Just like money-centered. Not very nice. Knight of Swords in reverse. Ugh. And it's like the Knight of Swords in reverse is almost like immature energy. Immature. But you're getting your Nine of Cups. You're in for happier times, much happier times, Pisces. I love this for you.